Have you ever had a baby? Or are you planning on having another baby? So, this is what you need to know. Will your baby survive? Assalamualaikum and a very good day I bid to our panel. Our presenter Iliana binti Ihsan, Nur Anis binti Safari, and Nur Hazika binti Muhammad Yusuf. We will present about introduction and objective, problem statement, methodology, result and discussion, and conclusion.
So today, I would like to present about the introduction. In introduction, I will explain about the background of the study, problem statement, and research objective. First is the background of the study. Babies are the most beautiful gift from God to a family. Newborn babies are generally referred to as a baby from birth to about 2 months. High-risk newborn are usually irritable and at some psychological stability, according to the Verdugo Mendoza. Most births have no complication, but some women who are pregnant may undergo problems that can affect their health, the health of their baby, or both. A mother disease or condition before becoming pregnant may cause complications during pregnancy or delivery. The new research revealed that 4 million babies die in their first month of life each year and end up to die in their first 24 hours. More than 500,000 women die each year during childbirth or as a result of complications during pregnancy, and babies whose mother died during childbirth are much more likely to die in their first year than those whose mother remained alive. Next is the problem statement. Mortality of newborn babies is becoming a serious case. According to World Health Organization (WHO), 2.5 million babies will die in the first month of life. There were not many Malaysian researchers involved in analyzing the determinant of newborn survival and to help reducing the number of newborn deaths. Newborn babies who perish within the first 28 days of the birth are suffering from complications and illness related to lack of quality health care or professional care and treatment right after birth during the first day of life. Next is the research objective. The research objective of this study is to identify the significant factor that can cause the newborn survival.
Now let's move on to methodology. The researcher will use a particular method to analyze the data. This study carried out discriminant analysis in determining the newborn survival. Source of data. We use secondary data, which was taken from government-funded multi-specialty hospital, which is Hospital Serta. There is one dependent variable, the newborn survive or not survive, and 7 independent variables, which is maternal age, gestational age, newborn's weight, antenatal checkup, ethnicity, method of delivery, and newborn's gender. SPSS software was used in order to analyze all the data obtained. Variable description. Dependent variable, 0 is survival of newborn, and 1 is non-survival of newborn. Maternal age is divided into 2 groups. Gestational age is divided into 3 groups. Antenatal checkup is divided into 2 groups. Method of delivery is divided into 2 groups. Newborn's weight is divided into 5 groups. Ethnicity is divided into 4 groups. And lastly, newborn's gender is divided into 2 groups. Theoretical framework. Introduce and describe the theory that explain why the research problem under study exists. This study consists of 1 dependent variable and 7 independent variables. Data analysis technique. Descriptive analysis helps to detect outlier and error, give an idea of the distribution of data, and enable researcher to describe the relationship among the variables. Allow researcher to explain and understand the features of specific data set by giving short summaries about the sample and measures of the data. For every categorical variable, descriptive analysis could visualize the data into graph and interpretation can be made. Next, discriminant analysis. Discriminant analysis investigates inequality between two classes, while multiple discriminant analysis makes grouping into 3 classes or more. Discriminant analysis is a method that the researcher uses to evaluate the data where the dependent variable is categorical and the independent variable in nature is interval. It also helps researchers to understand how results are divided into 2 or more groups based on a set of predictors. The assumption of discriminant analysis. First, independent variable free from multicollinearity. Second, multivariate normality. Next, homogeneity of covariance matrices. And lastly, no presence of outlier in data. Process of conducting a discriminant analysis. Check the assumption of discriminant analysis. Test the significance of independent variable. Check canonical discriminant function. Form a classifying function. This is the general form of classifying function. And lastly, conduct a classification table.
Now, we move to the next section, which is result and discussion. Firstly, we need to check the assumption of discriminant analysis. There are 4 types of assumption. The first one is multivariate normality. The original data is not multivariate normal distribution since the observation of 336 is extremely high. After we remove the several observations, the distribution is normal. For the outlier, the observation of 336 is extremely high, which is multivariate outlier and needs to be removed from the model. After we remove the several observations, there are no outliers. Next is homogeneity of covariance. We use box and test and the p-value. From the result, the covariant matrices are not equal since the p-value is significant and the assumption is not met. However, as suggested by Cruz-Castilla et al., violation of homogeneity of the assumption is not major importance for forming the discriminant analysis. Lastly is multicollinearity. As we can see, all the predictor variables are not highly correlated since the value of the correlation is less than 0.8. Now, we move on to the next section, which is measuring the newborn survival. From the result, gestational age, newborn weight, and Chinese ethnicity are significantly influence the outcome of the newborn survival. So, is this function good for classification? The answer is yes, because the error rate is less than 20%. So, both non-survival and survival of newborn are classified correctly.
Lastly, the conclusion. It restates and reminds the readers about the strength of main arguments, reiterates the most important evidence which support the arguments of factors that affect the newborn survival. From the result, we can conclude that the data have satisfied certain assumptions. The data have no multicollinearity, the distribution is multivariate normal, no outliers in 330 observations, but homogeneity assumption was violated. According to Cruz-Castillo et al., violation of homogeneity of the assumption of covariance is not major importance for performing a valid discriminant analysis. Determinants that affect the survival of newborn. Gestational age. As mentioned in literature review, when gestational age measures the pregnancy period is lower, the chances of newborn to survive decreases. Next, newborn's weight. Previous study made by Villanova et al., newborn with an extremely low birth weight face higher mortality rates. Recommendation: add more independent variables in future research, since this study in the medical field may have other factors that could affect the survival of newborn. Gynecologists need to play their important role to provide a comprehensive test on pregnant patients during the checkup session. And lastly, newborn's mother need to take a good care of their health to ensure that the newborn have normal weight. That's all from us. Thank you.